Hi, my name is John Forsee, and this is another weekly sports edition of Wildcat Watch. I'm here with former K-State basketball player, guard Martavious Irving. Was on the team last year when they won the Big 12 championship. Talk a little bit about this year's team. A little bit of a rocky season, up and down. They did have a record for 15 consecutive wins in the year. Record there, almost had a record of undefeated home season in the Big 12. Kind of blew that at Baylor, and then went on a losing streak from there. But talk about the season a little bit in your perspective.
I really think we did pretty good in the sense of how young we are. We didn't have too many seniors. Bulk of our load came from us, from our freshmen, and I think it just was a good experience for them. They got early experience that'll help them down the line.
Yeah, a lot of this year's problems was a lack of height. Obviously, Thomas Gibson, 6'7", played very well for his size. He is arguably the best moves for a big man in the Big 12. But talk about how the addition of those taller guys is going to help Thomas Gibson a whole lot his senior year.
It takes a lot of pressure off him. It gives him more opportunities to be one-on-one in the post, which not too many guys in the Big 12 can handle him. And then on the defensive end, you have guys that's 6'10", 6'11", that can block shots. It helps out a lot. It keeps him out of foul trouble. And we just have a lot more bodies. We're going to have Stephen Hurd, Brandon Bolden. They're both really big guys. And then couple that with Thomas, and it's a lot of height.
All right, now let's focus a little bit on this year's seniors that are going to be gone. Will Spradling, joining the 1,000-point club, led the team in assists per game, steals per game, and obviously just an all-around hustle guy. He's also on the 1,000-point club for K-State. Talk a little bit about him.
Will just, had a really solid career. People always remember him. He always played hard. He was one of the toughest guys I played with ever. He played through a lot of injuries, a lot of very, very bad injuries that, the normal person couldn't imagine of. And, it was fun playing with him. It was fun watching. And, he's grown, he's mature, he's getting married in August. And, he's really just matured in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt about that. And you talked a little bit earlier in the interview about the younger players on this team. Kind of give us a perspective about Marcus Foster, obviously the leading scorer on the team at almost 16 points a game. This guy came out of high school and nobody thought he was going to be the leading scorer. Obviously, very solid year for him, and second team All Big 12 for Marcus Foster.
Yeah, Marcus just one of those guys that just can fill it up every single night. It's not too many times he's off, and he's a great shooter. Has a great pull-up jumper. Gets to the basket very well. Know how to use his body very well. He's pretty quick. A lot of people doubted him coming out of high school because of his weight, and that happens with a lot of players. But that's our coach's job to get him in shape and all that, and that happened, and end up having a wonderful season.
Obviously, coming out of high school, he talked about how he loved to play defense. How special does that make him, being able to want to play both offensively and defensively? A lot of star players coming out of high school, they don't have that motive.
That's what separates the good and the great players. Being able to defend, I think, will set him apart from most of the Big 12 in his career, and set him apart in the history of K-State. I think that's what set up, Jacob Pullen apart. When he played here, he was very good defensively, and I know Marcus noticed that, and he'll take heed of it.
So you talked about how young this team is. What are your expectations for this team next year?
They're going to be great. I think they're going to be, I may be saying this very highly, but I think they should be ranked, nationally most of the year. I think along with Marcus and Wes, who started this year as freshmen, the addition of Justin Edwards is going to be tremendous. He's a guy that played, Division I college basketball, scored over 900 points in 2 years, and I think he'll be another addition to help Marcus offensively. He's good defensively also, and he'll be the most athletic person every single game probably. And then, with the size, we'll have better shot blockers. We'll have more bodies, having 4 bigs with Thomas, Stephen Hurd, Brandon, and DJ, and we'll be able to rotate guys more, and we can play big, we can play small with Nino. We have a lot of a lot of firepower next year.
This has been another Sports Weekly interview with Wildcat Watch. Thank you, and tune again next time.